the Capitol Dome as we come to you from FedEx Field here in Orlando. Just as we were getting ready for air, both teams coming out.
He didn't touch him. That's funny.
And this crowd is pumped up as their Redskins get set to match up with Dak Prescott and the Dallas Cowboys. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
All right.
Subjective piece of refereeing, but Fox saying he didn't touch him. No, he touched John Wall on the arm. You can see that on the replay. Certainly Fox and Kingsman is not very happy with it. And it is De'Aaron Fox's third foul, so that happens a little bit more.
Now play fake here on first down. Escaping the pressure right. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be second down.
Well, he did a nice job keeping his eyes downfield, waiting for someone to get open. And once the pressure forced his eyes down to see the rush, it was time to make a break for it.
Now the first carry for only a gain of yard there, but it indeed gets him a new set of downs.
And Brandon, you know that expression? He just does what he does. It sounds trite, doesn't it? But in this case, it's perfectly apt. This one of the better runners in the NFL. And all he does is just find avenues, find ways to pick up key first downs and big runs.
Now Prescott looking in front of and able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. A good pickup there, 26 yards. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. A first down carry by Bryant. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. That's going to go as a loss of 2. It'll be second down now.
That's the Rivers first down of the game. It's down to second three-quarter.
They play fake early. Prescott. Incomplete. Cole Beasley, the intended target. That'll make a third down.
Had no permission that time, man. They put a little too much heat on it.
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air on there instead of fighting an absolute bullet. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Prescott from the gun. And he's getting it to Burns. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 17 yards is the pickup there for number 17. Now back to the middle. He's to the 10, and he gets it all the way down to 3. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. Quite the opening run march there on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? Because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script, you go through your play call, and you go through your space, and it looks like it's kind of more confident right now for them.
It's a gain of a couple, and it'll be second and goal.
Normally when you see a short gain in the middle of a 3-4 defense, go ahead and pat the nose tackle on the back because he's holding things up and taking out extra blockers, which allows one of the inside linebackers to roll the free and make the tackle.
They'll try to run it down. And this one will hold up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. It's a loss of 2, now third down.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
Line of scrimmage at the 4. Here's third and goal. Smith and the Redskins will come up now 1st and 10. After the interception, here's Smith. Out to the left. And we'll get to the 29-yard line right down there. Give him 9 there, the first down completion.
Seeing that play and understanding just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays, makes me glad I didn't make it in that league. That would have a really difficult time.
But now you get to sit up here and there.
Yeah, and that's fun, isn't it? And what a really nice game right there on first down for them. Brings up a nice second down for them.
Up at the 29 now, they'll head to the line, 2nd and a yard. On 2nd down, here's Smith. Quick pitch, complete. It's Richardson. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down.
And that was well defended. And as a cornerback, what you're taught when you see a wide receiver screen, either you get underneath the play before the blocking forms, or you're going to have to fight your way through it by getting through some blocking. That was a really nice play there.
Now Smith. He's got Thompson here, complete. And he's going to get to the 31, enough for the first down. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue. Line of scrimmage with 31 now on 1st and 10. Smith on 1st down. Looking inside, he's got him in. That's Thompson. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A very solid gain of 27. So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 43. Now 1st down 12 with Smith. That'll be caught right side by Lee. Back-to-back nice gains now for 14 yards and another first.
His position that he's listed as a tight end, but he certainly doesn't run like one, and that's what we're seeing more and more coming into the league. Those guys can run, make plays after the catch, and gain that additional yardage.
And using that speed there to turn it into a pretty nice game. Throwing a Smith. And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it. And it took the ball off course. Defensively, Charles, they continue to really limit this offense as far as yardage goes.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been assignment sound, staying in their lanes, keeping proper leverage, and communicating well, too.
Back to the air, Smith on 2nd down. And down inside the 15 he goes. 17 yards on the pickup there, and the drive will continue. Redskins with their first trip to the red zone thus far. They have a 1st and 10 at the 13-yard line. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. And he got a little aggressive too early.
And he did, wanting that quick takeoff as the ball was snapped, but I think sometimes those big guys on offense, they're pretty cagey too, right? They make those little sudden moves or those little subtle moves that get you to jump.
2 minutes remain in a scoreless first half. Back to FedEx Field following this short break. First down, here's a run with Peterson. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. It's a gain of 3, and it sets him up with 2nd and just 2 yards to go. Peterson, Charles, at age 33, I think when he signed with the Redskins, people were wondering what would this season be like. Well, it started off pretty good.
Yeah, and you remember the reason why they're asking that question. Age 33. Last season didn't end very well in Arizona. Had some good games, but was hurt down the stretch. Didn't have those games again. But now, 96 yards in the season opener for Washington at Arizona. Comes back for 20 against Indianapolis. And then 120, a big performance against Green Bay. At his best, you're getting to Adrian Peterson that defenses fear.
A shotgun snap for Smith. That's caught at the 1. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. Jordan Reed, a 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Redskins are able to strike for 6. Dustin Hopkins on now to add the extra point. Extra point good by Hopkins. And it's now a 7-0 game. Here's Hopkins now out to kick it away. Set to return now. Here's Deontay Thompson. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Possession going back over to Dallas here, a team who lost last week to Washington 20-17, and that was on the heels of that Week 6 blowout win they had over Jacksonville 40-7. But that loss against Washington, the field goal hitting off the upright after the penalty, a tough one to swallow.
It certainly was, because it became a 52-yard field goal attempt for Brett Maher. Should have been 47, and ends up doinking it off the upright, not the crossbar. And Dak Prescott, he had been 4-0 against Washington in his short career prior to Sunday's loss. A tough game for him as well.
Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10. Off play action to Elliott. Here's Prescott. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. The 20, 10, 5, touchdown, Cowboys. Jeff Swaim, 75 yards. And the Cowboys are an extra point away from tying the football game. And a little time left on the clock, so on the other side, they're thinking, gosh, we'd like to get that lead right back.
Yeah, thanks for pointing that out. Here I am going ahead and tapping out the first half.
Well,
there's still time. They've got to make a decision about what they want to do on the kickoff, whether they want to let their return guy touch it.
So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Washington Redskins, they've been kind of an under-the-radar team. And now they're in first place in the NFC East after surviving the Cowboys 20-17 on that late field goal off the upright, Charles. You're getting ready to have them this week against New York. What do you make of this Redskins squad?
Well, they're a very veteran type of a team. Alex Smith, the quarterback. Adrian Peterson, now their lead runner. A number of other guys sprinkled in there. So they're not the youngest team that you've ever seen. But they're a team that's powered by getting after early leads. Go and look at their season. If they lead early, they win ball games. If they get down early, they don't come back and win games. So that's their formula for success. Fast starts, playing with leads.
Looking for Crowder, and it's intercepted. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. And the return across midfield and to the 46-yard line.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball, and I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
On the counter, Elliott fights off the defender, and here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so. The give is to Elliott. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. So after a good run by Zeke, another 1st and 10. Prescott looks to throw on first. Now he steps away. And a diving grab. I think he got that. Yes. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. From the red zone now, Prescott. This will be caught at about the 6. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. And offensively, they'll take the timeout with 6 seconds left in the second quarter. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Prescott to throw it. In trouble, and he'll go down back at the 12. First half in the books. You're walked due to time constraints. We move you forward in today's broadcast to the beginning of the third quarter. Set and ready to go for the second half. 1 touchdown apiece, 7-7 our score. This is fielded at the goal line. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up. Here's Smith. And incomplete there, almost picked off. That's one you maybe expect your roaming free safety to come up with. But it's second down. Well, we've got a second here. Let's take a peek around the league. What's coming up week 8? A couple big games as we near the halfway point of the season, Charles. I'm mainly looking at Philly and Jacksonville and London, and then New Orleans and Minnesota. That should be interesting.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Philly and Jacksonville, both teams struggling right now. The Eagles have already lost 4 games. They lost 3 all of last season. Both of those teams need a win in a big way. New Orleans at Minnesota, the Saints are on a heck of a roll right now. They've won 5 in a row. But the Vikings quietly have won 3 straight and seem to be getting their footing on defense again. And how about Green Bay? They had the week off this past week. Big win over San Francisco at home on a Monday night. They now head out to face the 7-0 Rams in Los Angeles. That's going to be fun.
Yeah, I'm glad you mentioned that one. That is a big one indeed.
Aaron Rodgers, Todd Gurley, let's do this.
That's going to go as a loss of 6, and it'll set them back for second down. On second down, Peterson. And he's got this one across midfield into Cowboy territory. 9 yards on the gain there, and it's going to bring up a tough 3rd and 7.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. Out of the gun, Smith. Looking for his tight end read, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 35. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line. Well, we got a second here, Charles. Let's look back to some of those crazy finishes in Week 7 of the NFL last week. I mean, it seemed like every game had a wild finish.
It certainly did. Dallas, Washington, Brett Maher off the upright from 52 yards following a questionable penalty against his long snapper that moved the ball back 5 yards. How about Cleveland, Tampa Bay? Cleveland claws his way back in, and then Tampa Bay wins the ball game with Chandler Catanzaro kicking the big field goal from 59 yards in overtime. Remember, he missed a 40-yarder in regulation. Justin Tucker missed an extra point. That's the headlines in and of itself. His first miss in the NFL. And New Orleans gets away with a victory. And New England, Chicago. Chicago throws the Hail Mary at the end of the game. Kevin White, 54 yards. He needed 55.
Yeah.
Stopped at the 1 yard.
I don't think I've ever seen a Hail Mary come that close but not get in. A very solid gain of 27. Prescott on first down. It's caught right side. It's Hearns. Had a nice broken tackle and then brought down right around the 20. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. To the air again, Prescott. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by DJ Swearinger. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, they thought they were going to break the tie. The defense had other plans. They were already in field goal range, but boom, an interception.
I don't know if this was a case of being a little bit too greedy with the opportunity to put points on the board, but give credit to the guys on the defensive side. Hung in there, battled, and made a key play.
And he's going to be taken down shy of the 10, right around the 9-yard line. DeMarcus Lawrence in on the tackle.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
They run again with Peterson. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting third and about 4 to go. From the gun, here's Smith. And he's going to go down right near the goal line. The officials look at each other. They're going to mark him at the 1-yard line. Taco Charlton able to get him down for a loss of 11 on the play. And it'll be 4th down. And he's able to get it out of there, and this is a pretty good kick. So out come the Cowboys now as their offense gets set to take over. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know what, a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18. The loss of 3 on that first down pass play. Now 2nd and 13. They'll run it now out of the gun. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down.
It seemed like the situation was 2nd and a mile to go for a first down, which screams what? Throw the football. You got to pass in order to try to pick up that kind of yardage. But in this case, they ran a tendency breaker because the tendency is for defenses to be out there and be set up for a pass. So you break tendency and actually run the football. That changes everything because if you're able to find a crease, you often have bigger guys working against smaller guys downfield. They picked up excellent yardage there to bring up a 3rd down.
Prescott now, option right. Not even a chance to pitch that one as he's swallowed up in the backfield. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down. Play action now. Prescott dancing to his left. Space to maneuver at the 40. A heck of an effort there on the scramble. Leaves him with just 3rd and a yard.
Man, defensively, that hurts. They got him out of his rhythm. They had him hemmed in, but somehow he was able to tuck it away and get away for a gain.
Here we go. 3rd and 1. Gut check time on both sides. Out of the gun, here's Prescott. He can't avoid the pressure. Redskins get there.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
Tie game, fourth quarter, and they're going for this thing on fourth down. The Cowboys will go. Prescott. And no, it's incomplete. Jason Garrett might be wanting to reconsider the decision to go for it there. And the Redskins will take control of the football in great field position. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now a play fake here on 1st down. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
Yeah, blink of an eye. That happened fast and a big sack. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. From the gun, Smith. Throw left side is complete to Reed. And he gets it down to the 32. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Smith. And he drops this off to Thompson, complete. And he'll go down at the 28. A gain of 4 on the play, and it'll be 4th down. So on comes the kicker, Dustin Hopkins, in a big spot. This for the lead in the final stages. And Hopkins' kick is good. And they have taken the lead here in the final 2 minutes. Big kick right there to give them the lead in the 4th, but there is still time left for a final drive.
Did they score too soon? Post-game will tell us, right? Depending on what happens on this drive, that's how we'll analyze it. If the other team scores, they scored too soon. If they somehow hold on, they manage the clock exactly right.
And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. But good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here, because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3. And that's exactly what happened there.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
Prescott now. Perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this up to about the 38-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Partner, they're clearly saving those timeouts, but they still have to work with some urgency to put themselves in the right position.
Flushed out right. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. Jeff Swain, the intended receiver. And it'll bring up third down. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
He'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked up by DJ Swearinger. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
Smith and the Redskins will come up now 1st and 10. Throwing now, Smith. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done.
Let's go.
They pitch it out to Peterson. And nothing doing here as this time the run maybe gets him back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. Jalen Smith, the Notre Dame man, in on the tackle. I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. Doesn't matter whether you've watched high school, college, or the NFL. Some people get a little greedy, try to get that extra running play in, and it can backfire on them.
So it's 3rd and long, and defensively not a real surprise. They're in the dime. Down to a knee, here goes Smith, and that should all but do it.
I don't know about you, partner, but watching them take the knee there and finish this one off, I feel like I'm going to be sore tomorrow. This was one bruising affair. Low scoring, but my kind of football.
Not a work of art, but maybe in your world, a little bit of a work of art. You like the defensive side.
I thought it was pretty. I can't help myself. I thought it was pretty.
And it ends in a kneel down as the clock rolls down to zeros. Well, Charles, the old saying, the old cliche, if you